Hey everybody, welcome to Combat Saturday for January 30th, 2021. I'm your host, DM Gallibond. Alright, today on Combat Saturday, we're going to look at a weapon that I honestly don't know if I've ever seen a player use in D&D. It's been in there since the beginning, but it just seems like a really different sort of weapon, and the only time I've ever seen it come into play is when you're fighting against monstrous humanoids that have some kind of uh, aquatic template, like the Kuatoa or things like that. And of course, the weapon we're talking about is the Trident. So let's go ahead and see what we can learn about the Trident and its history in D&D. All right, so we are going to have to go all the way back to the very beginning original D&D and under pole weapons. And it's kind of interesting how this changes. The pole weapons. Um, the trident is there along with the spear, the halberd, javelin, those types of things, um, and indicates that it can be a thrown weapon. Although it doesn't have the same range as a spear because, of course, it's got that broader head with the 3 teeth on it. But it deals 1d6 damage. It costs 5 gold. It weighs 2.5 pounds, and it has the properties that it can either be thrown or used one-handed or two-handed. All right, then in first edition or in AD&D, the trident cost 4 gold pieces, so it's a little less expensive. And it weighs 5 pounds, so 50 coin weight or 5 pounds, so it's gotten a lot heavier. And it deals 1d6 plus 1 damage, smaller, medium, and 3d4 damage to a large creature. So that is one thing that's a little bit different about it. And then it's anywhere from 4 to 8 feet long, requires a 1 foot of range, has a speed factor of 6 to 8. Um, so a variable speed factor. I guess that depends on the length. And then the attack bonus, it has a penalty to hit low armor classes, but the higher the armor class, the lower that penalty gets. And then finally, up near the low armor classes, you actually get a little bit of a bonus to attack with it. Then in second edition, the Trident gets a lot more expensive. Now it costs 15 gold, and it weighs 5 pounds. It's considered a large weapon, deals piercing damage, speed factor of 7, 1d6 plus 1 damage, small and medium, and 3d4 damage to large creatures. And then in third edition, the Trident again costs 15 gold, 1d6 damage, small creatures 1d8, medium creatures, critical range of or critical damage is damage multiplied by 2. Range increment is 10 feet, so if you're going to throw it, weighs 4 pounds, and it's a piercing weapon. And then, of course, we have in here the Trident, the weapon in 5th edition. Trident costs 5 gold pieces, deals 1d6 damage piercing, weighs 4 pounds. thrown. It can be a thrown weapon with a range increment of 20 to 60, and then it's got versatile damage. So if you wield it one-handed, just like a spear, it deals 1d6 damage. Wield it two-handed, it will deal 1d8 damage. So very much like a spear, except I think that the spear has a little bit better range on throwing. And again, that's because the trident has that heavier and more awkward um, three three-tined head on it instead of a single, more aerodynamic spear blade. All right, and that's going to do it for our history of the Trident in D&D. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, click the post notification bell. Look in the description to find out how you can follow me on all of the social media platforms and follow the actual play D&D games that I run every week. And answer me this. When is the last time you have known a character or a player that used the trident in one of your games? Whether you were running the game as a DM, or whether somebody was in the party, or if you as a player enjoy using the trident. And how does that work into your backstory? I mean, it's like it's a it's a fishing spear, right? And the reason it has the three tines is that if you're spear fishing and you can grab the fish with two or three of those tines, it's going to keep it from wriggling around and flopping off of the tines. I mean, that's why the trident is used for fishing, is because it gets a more secure, um, more secure thing on the fish, and why it's associated with Poseidon in Greek myth or Neptune in Roman mythology. So, just really interested in why a um, you know what would cause a PC to use that, because it just seems a little bit of an inefficient weapon, and you know there would there I would think that there would have to be a really good reason for using it, that the player would have, because of the way it fits in with their character. So, if you know of anybody that uses it or has used it recently in a game that you've been in, put it in the comments below. Let me know about that. All right, well, take care, everyone. We will talk to you later. And until then, good night. Take care. See ya.